Hello, it's up to week 6 now in our class. This, by the way, is the cat who walked in front of the video camera for my blooper reel that I posted up earlier in the classroom. She's not quite so large in the photograph now when she's sitting on my lap. Our topic today, and forgive me if I sound a little off in my voice, I'm suffering from a cold, so I'm coming to you via my fireside chat again so I can try to stay warm. Our topic this week is the bureaucracy, and the bureaucracy is a big topic because it is a big part of the federal government and our American government structure. Every state, every local government has a bureaucracy, but the federal government outstrips all of them by far. We have agencies that deal with energy, with emergencies, with defense, with foreign policy, with education. Every cabinet member is the head of a vast bureaucracy, and there are other bureaucracies besides those. Sometimes they play nice together, sometimes they don't. And in fact, one of your discussion board assignments this time will be to talk about FEMA and the situations that arose around the Hurricane Katrina episode down in New Orleans. What worked and what didn't. We can all agree that there was a lot that didn't work there, and some things, though, that did work there. So it's worth taking a look at and seeing from both sides, as well as lessons that have been learned from that. I know some of you in the class are studying for Homeland Security or Emergency and Disaster Management, so this should be a particularly interesting topic to you, and you can probably bring in details from your other classes here. And I have taken some classes in this area myself through APUS. I took the Economics of Disaster course, as well as a few other courses that dealt with, in particular, the Katrina situation, but also with other more general organizational and institutional efforts at management of disasters, emergencies, homeland security threats, and such. So feel free to bring in outside sources to talk about things. Feel free to express your opinions on things. One of the things I've often found in classes is we talk about who was responsible, who was to blame, who should have done more, other kinds of things like this. These are all important questions, but do resist the temptation to be a bit too dogmatic on any particular person. The president used to have a statement on his desk. President Truman had a little plaque that said, "The buck stops here." And while that's true, no one expected him and no one expected George W. Bush during his presidency to have a hands-on, operational, down to every detail grasp of what's going on. That's simply not realistic for any president. And as the bureaucracy grows in complexity and in size, it becomes even more difficult for the person in charge, whether that be the FEMA director, whether that be the head of Homeland Security, whether that be the president. Any of these people will have to trust on different levels of the hierarchy going down that they will be able to do their jobs and do them well. Quite often people do their jobs well and do them timely, but sometimes we have a lack of coordination. That happens in military situations as well as civilian situations, where sometimes it's a failure of communications more than anything else that gets in the way of operational effectiveness. So these are some things to think about as you're reading for the week and crafting your response to both the question and to others. I look forward to seeing what you have to say. Thanks.